Now the reason that we had to gear up this huge operation is because we had 2 harvests that failed back to back. At the same time, you had this sharp rise in intertribal conflict, and that meant that 400,000 people were displaced from their homes. You added all those 3 factors together and we ended up with a humanitarian crisis.
When you're providing humanitarian aid, gender actually means that you're not missing out on either male or female. You're not missing out on the young, and you're not missing out on the older. It is not just a matter of having programs that target women. No, we also have programs that target men.
What is interesting for me is bringing men and women together can actually help us improve the behaviors and change the traditional behaviors.
Before this borehole, men would go and dig the traditional well, and women would go and fetch the water.
They're working together, men and women, at the borehole. They're taking responsibility to make sure that the borehole is clean and that there is no source of contamination.
I am very happy to be alone without men in the women's groups. We like to be alone because we women, the way we do things is quite different from the men. So when we are mixed together, men might dominate the groups.
I am very happy I am in the school. I didn't know how to transplant or how to grow vegetables.
It is women who are very careful about taking care of the family. So when they are taught, given this skill, and they go and implement it, they will provide enough food for the family. So the food security will improve.
But if we are to balance the gender, the same feeling that the boy is having, and this is the same feeling the girl is feeling. If the boy is coming to school, the girl as well is to come to school. If they are to be promoted to the other class, they should as well be promoted to the other class.
Our strategy is gender mainstreaming, and then the goal is to eventually reach gender equality.
And that's why it is important in terms of, in the context of the humanitarian setting, that actually people should understand the real concept of gender.
So even if we're creating a gender equity project that is targeting young girls, we also have to look at that project within the context of the greater community. And how does it affect boys in the community? How does it affect men?
I've seen in the past year the growing number of boys on the streets, and I think that's very difficult for me as a teacher, for me as just a person, to see those boys every day on the streets and not being able to do anything.
We are twins. We need to be taken back to Khartoum to be with our mother.
The police officer told me that the mother is in Khartoum, and they were brought here by the uncle, and the father also came, but father is irresponsible. He is not able to feed these children at home, and that was why children did not stay with them at home.
One of the reasons I come here is to save my life. In the markets, if you steal, you will be beaten. The other reason I come here is to learn to read and write. So if we stay here, we will get food and not be beaten by the police.
What GenCap does is to send in really qualified, very dynamic advisors who have loads of experience in these contexts and help to make sure that our programming is as good as it can be.
Hey!